This is Aussie Mac Zone. We'll cover everything Apple, including Macs, iPhones, iPads, and more. All this from an Aussie perspective. Sit back, relax, and insert yourself into the zone. The Aussie Mac Zone.
Hi everybody. Welcome to show 215 Aussie Mac Zone. And Zahn's running the controls again tonight. And we got Garth up here as well, superstar, the man himself. How are you, sir?
G'day, how you going, Michael?
Good, mate, good.
And Zane, thank you for controlling those knobs.
Well, you know,
And I'm talking about,
do it.
you know, I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
that's why he
Michael.
keeps slapping me, right? Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, so presented by athwebhosting.com.au. Affordable competitive plans, 99.95% uptime, domain registration, free setup, auto setup 24/7, instant activation, PayPal and other cards, 250 scripts, that fantastic C panel, all from $5.95 per month when paid annually. Isn't he a great bloke who gives friendly help when needed? So, starting our Aussie Apple Ramblings, how have you been, Garth? You been all right, mate?
Yeah, I've been pretty good. Running around like a chicken with its head cut off, as usual. But other than that, really good.
You will have kids at school, mate. That serves you right.
Yeah, I know, right?
So I'd just like to start this week's show with my iPhone 10 so far. Still awesome.
Whatever.
Seriously, it's still awesome. And yes, it unlocks at night, lights out, glasses on or off. Just simple as that.
Yeah, so does my iPhone 6S. It doesn't need the light on or anything. It works just fine at night with lights off.
Yes. So I won't rub it in how awesome it is.
No, it's good, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it, eh? It's really cool.
We iPhone 10 owners know. And all there is now is rumours. The iPad in 2018 it'll have face unlocking, and how soon before the Mac gets it? These are all the questions people are asking now.
Well, yeah, the Mac seems like an obvious choice. It's
Yeah.
already got a camera there, but getting the rest of the stuff in there as well.
Yes.
Well, you know, easy enough, I suppose.
And there's a lot more room.
There's certainly a lot more room, yeah. A lot easier without having to worry about all the infinitesimal bezels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, we've got an interesting little thing here. We're asking any listeners / viewers who would like to co-host a show with us to email feedback@aussiemaczone.com.au with your contact details. And it doesn't matter what country you're in. So if you'd like to get on and have a chat, talk about your experiences, or just, you know, bag Garth and me out, that's pretty easy. So, yeah.
Come on.
And
That's a pretty small target.
yeah. So so anybody that's interested that would like to get on and have a chat, we just invite you in on our video feed and away you go. Simple as that.
I just need a holiday, to be honest. So, you know, come on, guys, please.
Yeah, I was just going to let them do it during the holidays when we're off, you know.
Yes.
So Garth, you got an app review?
Well, it's a bit... I've got two, all right?
good.
There's two apps. And I'm not one of these people that are usually into weather apps, but especially if you have an iPhone... a watch with your phone. Parrot Weather. It's one of the series of apps from Parrot with the sort of AI in it. You know, they've been around for quite a while, but I've only just discovered them, so they're pretty cool for me. The thing with Parrot Weather is that it is immensely customizable, down to the particular stuff that shows up in the complication on your watch. So, for example, when one of my kids is doing rowing a lot, the wind speed is actually really important. So to have that in the complication on my watch was a thing that I could do. It's also just a fun app, but the main thing is making it being so customizable. There is a subscription to unlock all that kind of stuff, to unlock a lot of the custom, well, some of it. Just as it is, you can do quite a bit, and then with I think it was about $12 for a year for the subscription, you get further customization. Really like it, especially for watch owners. And another one, which I have now forgotten the name of.
Well, while you're thinking about it.
That's because I've said the wrong thing.
Okay.
So
Go on.
I've mixed the two apps up. So Rain Parrot. So carrot weather, and Rain Parrot. You see my confusion.
Okay.
Yeah, so Carrot Weather is one of the Carrot apps.
Carrot.
So Carrot, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a snarky little AI that you can set the level of snark. And when you get the weather, it'll either be incredibly rude to you, or it'll be quite pleasant with a voice. The other one is Rain Parrot. Now, this one is the best app I've ever seen for immediate weather forecasts. I'll get an alert that says rain approaching in 17 minutes, increasing to heavy rain in 25 minutes. And it's amazing. It's amazingly accurate.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not exactly that accurate all the time, but, if you want to know that you have to run out and get the clothes off the line in quarter of an hour's time, it'll tell you. Really good with putting together. I guess it's using the same sort of it's just using the same data that everyone has access to, but it does a really good at predicting very local weather. That's amazing. So that one is Rain Parrot, and the other one with the snarky and the Apple Watch complication customization, say that twice or three times quickly, is Carrot Weather.
Carrot Weather and Rain Parrot.
Parrot, yes.
Yes.
So get your carrots and your parrots sorted out.
Yeah. Now, even Zahn had some too. Just.
I did.
We let the amateurs in for a little while, mate.
Oh no, it's great. It's great. Speak more often, Zahn.
So I know this is a bit of an old app. Zombie Run's been around for a while, but I just found it, and I'm a bit on the round side, and I'm not really into fitness, but getting chased by zombies, I'm totally into.
Yep.
Big fan of the comic genre and all that sort of stuff. So when I found Zombie Run, I thought, well, great, this is something that's actually going to get me fit, because I want to do it. I want to be chased by zombies. I want to be running for supplies. I want to be in The Walking Dead. And so I found this app, and I actually gave it a go for a few days and things like that, and it's fun.
That's
and
fantastic.
the best part about it is you don't actually get attacked by zombies.
That's only because you're running fast enough, Zahn.
That's right. See?
If you slow down, they might just get you.
Yeah. I've got another one as well, which is old now, but I'm just sort of getting onto, is the PlayStation app. And so you can download that onto your phone. You can reply to messages that you're getting on your PlayStation personal account. You can also, if there's a game coming out but you have to go to work or anything like that, in your lunch break, you can be online on your phone in the PlayStation store and buy the game. So when you get home, you can then wait 3 hours for it to download and play. There's a lot more to it than just the replying and buying of games and things like that. You see your trophies, and if games have the the functionality of the second screen option, you can actually play the game on your phone. So that's fun. I know I always like to sort of play video games in my spare time. Either that or comic books and being chased by zombies. So if I can play it on my phone while I'm on my way to work or something like that, that's pretty cool. So yeah, they're the apps I've been looking at this week. So yeah, thanks.
Very cool. Yeah, that's great. Thanks.
And I'm just going to chuck one in here too. Mine's called Over the Air. So it's an an app for looking into cloud and cloud servers, or you can set it up to look at your own server, which it's logging into one of mine. I use it for taking a photo of a receipt, and then straight away it lets you rename the photo. So I put a date, what it's for example, the car, and the amount, and then upload that directly to my server, and then I just come back and process those, and it actually, because it's got the date and what it's for, I've got a little script that sorts it all out for me. So, I'm very lazy. That's why it's a specific way of writing what the photo is. But every time you get a receipt, bang, you do it. I know there are receipt apps out there and stuff, but this works. That works perfectly. Then it goes into numbers. That works perfectly, and just goes into my monthly report, all from scripts. So it's excellent. Love
Nice.
Apple script. Yeah. So
Very good.
now we've got there's been an iPhone 10 issue discovered, so you can pick on me as much as you like. It's the extreme cold issue.
Yes.
In some situations, an iPhone 10 screen might temporarily stop responding after a rapid change to a cold environment. In other words, you've got it in the house and you take it outside and you try and do something in the snow and it doesn't work. So Apple is aware of instances where the iPhone 10 screen will become temporarily unresponsive to touch after a rapid change to a cold environment. After several seconds, the screen will become fully responsive again. This is not a hardware issue and will be addressed in an upcoming software update. So yeah,
That's really, really interesting, isn't it? Like, how is it not a... I mean, I don't understand, basically, how it's a software issue that they can fix like that. I mean, I'm not disbelieving them. It's really cool that they can. It's just funny that, but the temperature, sudden change in temperature is causing a software issue.
Yeah. Well, it must be like, I don't know, moisture content or something in the air, and it just takes a little while for it to register what's going on. And
so what sensor is recognizing that you've got a cold environment?
yeah, I don't know.
No, this is my question. It's really weird that...
No, but there is a humidity sensor in the phone.
Humidity is there?
Yeah, that's one, at least one that I'm aware of. Yeah.
I thought the humidity was just the one for checking if you've submersed it. Is there an actual humidity sensor?
I'm sure there is, isn't there?
Well, it has to be, because when your phone overheats, it tells you that it's overheating.
That's a temperature sensor. Yeah.
So temperature sensor on the processor, I would assume, in that sort of zone.
No, that's even if your phone's too hot in the sun.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be doing anything.
Mm.
You sit on the dash of your car, and sometimes it'll get too hot.
So it's an internal, I guess it is for the internals though, internal temperature sensor.
Yeah. So,
For its own protection.
but yeah,
Interesting and cool.
but yeah.
So I thought you were going to say the issue with the green line down your forehead.
The
Have you got
green line down the
green
side.
line?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened to too many of them, but
No.
not as many as the cold has. But then again, we don't live in Canada, etc. Do we?
That's right. I don't think you're going to be experiencing this problem anytime soon.
I read a Nerdist talk about
hang on. You can use your mic. Yep.
Sorry.
There we
Sorry
go.
about that. I was reading a Nerdist thing about the screens and how easy they are. They're breaking very easily. The screen on the 10 and the back as well.
Yep.
And so they were saying that was quite a big issue with the new 10, that the screens are breaking. Is the glass any different to the glass on my iPhone 6s?
It's supposed to be stronger.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Now this is the
Which
weird
can make
thing,
it more
because when
brittle.
it first came out, I saw my son was saying, I've seen like all these videos of people dropping it from head height and it's totally fine. And then I saw the story about, it's breaking very easily. So it's sort of, I'm not too sure what are the conditions that make it be one or the other sort of thing,
Luck of the draw, I think, in 90% of the cases, how it lands, or Maybe they were a couple of days old and it had already been scratched by the keys in your pocket, for example. That's the worst thing you can do is get a little scratch on it, because that's where it'll break. And it's just enough to set it off. Yeah. So, but yeah, I actually, admittedly, I haven't researched it, but there's all these people that do actually proper tension tests and tell you when it actually cracks and at what point it cracks and what point it bends, and I haven't actually seen too many of those yet. So
you're not going to try it with yours then, Michael?
Not me, buddy. I know we do.
Take one for the team, mate. Take one for the team.
I know we do have a few Facebook watchers, YouTube watchers, but not enough to pay for a phone yet, unfortunately.
I might look into that during the week and find out what it is and how much it takes before the glass breaks.
Yeah.
So here's a good story. The Yahoo Finance reports Apple geniuses are straining under iPhone success, but revamped stores could ease the pressure. Apple stores have become... Oh, hang on. Sorry, can you turn that one off? Yeah, just does it. You can hear the fan noise. Apple stores have become overcrowded in recent years as the company has become more popular and successful. Technicians, called geniuses, say they're feeling strained from the additional volume and demand from customers, and a new redesign may alleviate the overcrowding problem. The Chicago store showcased the new design Apple is rolling out across its network of retail outlets, a massive revamp that includes bigger spaces with sweeping balconies and leather seating. That'll cover that complaint with there was a lady a couple of weeks ago complaining about having to sit on wooden stools. An upgraded title, retail stores are now Apple's biggest product, and opening day fanfare reminiscent of an iPhone launch. The store makeovers are great fodder for press releases that tout town squares and space for community building. But the store redesigns also serve a more crucial function by providing a much needed overhaul of Apple's customer support. The Genius Bar, a signature feature of Apple's retail business that has struggled to keep up with the times. According to numerous blue-shirted geniuses that business insiders spoke to, a rising tide of store visitors and on-the-job performance expectations have pushed the system to breaking point. So the customer service model is ready to pop, says one Apple genius, who has worked at the company for 7 years and requested anonymity because employees are not permitted to talk to the press. So that is the issue, and the employers are feeling it, the person says. So I'll admit, I know I went in and asked for a booking the other day for some iPads to be repaired, and it was about a 5-day wait to make a booking. That's just at my Penrith store, and I know it's even worse at the Bondi store because I go there fairly regularly as well. That's just two stores down here that I'm aware of. So
I'm okay. What exactly is the change? They still have. Are they making them trying to fit more customers into a given time slot? Because you make the booking, they have so many slots per day. They're in control. What I'm saying, I guess, is they're in control of that feed into the Genius Bar of customers through the booking system. So is there pressure internally? So you must see 20, you must now see 7 customers per hour block rather than 4, or whatever it was.
They're 10-minute zones, so 10-minute blocks.
Are they used to?
So
maybe in the old days there was always a couple of 10-minute blocks spare in a given hour. I'm just what I mean is
Well, it takes. I can tell you, it takes more than 10 minutes to do the paperwork. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can't speak for what happens out the back. I can only tell you what happens out the front. So, and whether the genius goes out and says to the guy, blah, 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 do this, da-da-da-da-da, and then he's got to come back and explain to you, oh, yeah, this thing's working fine. It's just that it's been out in the snow, that's all. So,
yeah.
And I think, time to be served? Because you'll have an appointment for, it's bad as the doctors. You'll have an appointment for 1 o'clock. You get there at 1 o'clock. They'll sit you down. Then it might be at least 10 minutes before someone actually comes over and works out what your problem is, then decide what to do and goes through the process. So,
I guess I've been pretty lucky. It's all usually pretty smooth in my local Gold Coast store. Yeah.
Sometimes they appear to be serving more than one person at a time, and some people don't like that, especially when they've been made to take a booking and saying, "All right, well, this is my time. Serve me." Some people do get a bit uptight about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know they all work hard, so I wish them all the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Apple developing a TV show starring Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston. Reports suggested that Apple was in a bidding war for the Aniston-Witherspoon show back in September, and appears the company won out over competitors like Netflix and Showtime. While there's no script available for the show at this time, Apple has inked a deal for 2 seasons, each with 10 episodes. Aniston and Witherspoon will star, executive produce and co-own the upcoming show alongside Media Res, the company that will produce it for Apple. The series is written by Jay Carson, known for his work on House of Cards. And it's got something to do with like morning television shows, but I don't quite know. Unless it's something like
story in the background of morning television shows. Yeah, I'm not sure what you can imagine those two guys, one being a producer and one being the on-air talent, and all the eruptions around that. Yeah.
And does that mean they've stolen the show? What's the one with the 2 catering Kates? That's supposed to be a show picking on morning television that's used to be on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
Channel 22.
I was actually watching, she's a comedian on Netflix. She has her own show, and she was talking to Reese Witherspoon about this. And so they've already done a season of this, haven't they? Or is this a new one?
No, this is new.
This is a new one. Well, I know that she was in the development of doing something like this, and she was talking about it on that show. So I'm guessing this must be it then.
Yeah. Yep.
And Apple's picked it up, have they? So that's really cool. I'll try to.
Sounds like it.
I'll try to flick back to that episode on Netflix and
do the research for us, son.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Thank goodness. Zane's on board.
Yeah. He gets time to watch Netflix. I don't know how he gets time to watch Netflix, but anyway. Now,
Stranger Things 2, guys. Stranger Things 2.
Oh my God, it's so good.
So I want everyone to stay calm during this, because I get even at the end of it. Okay. So Microsoft CEO tells iPad users to get a real computer. So CNET reports there's been so much news this week, what with the Xbox One being launched and the iPhone 10 undergoing teething, its teeth chattering in the cold apparently. You might therefore have missed a touching tweak of Apple's cheek offered by Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella on a trip to India. He was there to create excitement around the idea that the Microsoft brand has changed. In many ways, the job Nadella has done to try to make Microsoft relevant in the modern world, and still a competitor in some spheres to Apple, has been praiseworthy. Indeed, he seems to be so confident now that he'll cheerily make quips about Apple. Aztec Radar's Sahil Mohan Gupta reports Nadella walked into a room and couldn't help but chuckle. Nadella spots that I and a colleague, this is the reporters, have iPods, and cheerfully says, "You need to get a real computer, my friend," said Gupta. And you thought Nadella's overarching strategy was to be on good terms with everyone. It's curious how rival companies choose to periodically belittle Apple, then withdraw, only to succumb to temptation all over again. So Microsoft, for example, has insisted that Windows 10 computers can do more than Macs. The company has laughed at Apple's claim that the iPad Pro is a computer, and one of its executives has also suggested the iPad Pro is merely an example of Apple copying Microsoft. So, as an Apple fanboy, here is a link. 8 2017 Surface Pro problems and how to fix them. So,
Right.
so the 2017 Surface Pro problems. 2017 Surface Pro won't connect to Surface type cover. So in other words, that little our magnetic connection doesn't work
Yes.
for Windows. Windows 10 freezes on 2017 Surface Pro. The 2017 Surface Pro won't stay connected to Wi-Fi. Windows Hello won't work on your 2017 Surface Pro. 2017 Surface Pro battery problems. 2017 Surface Pro light bleed. 2017 Surface Pro Bluetooth problems. And lastly, the Surface Pen Eraser button won't work. So there's just 8 issues that are known with the current Surface Pros. That the reason I knew that there was a few challenges going on because a couple of people I know have actually taken them back and got their money back.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
Yes, because they actually changed them twice and still had similar, like all these different little
Same
issues.
issues
So they just gave up. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
cool.
I told you I'd get even at the end. So
Well, yes. All right. Fair enough.
I'm happy to take it on board. Anybody got any comments?
Yep. I have to listen to Aussie Tech Heads on Thursday and see what they say.
Yeah, I'll send him a clip of that little bit. See what he says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Aussie Tech Radio. Don't forget, we've got Aussie Tech Radio, www.aussietechradio.com, with the Aussie Tech Security Podcast, the award-winning Aussie Tech Heads podcast, which we're going to give a ribbing to. And don't forget, just a reminder, we're on Spotify. Just search Aussie Mac Zone. Apple News, just search Aussie Mac Zone. Hardest, and away we go. Yeah. So I haven't got any more stories. What about you? I've got a couple of how-tos coming up, but any more stories?
Not many stories. The only another display one was the Apple Watch as well, in the 3rd gen non-cellular.
Yeah.
So similar sort of thing with edge along the watch display, and it is a known hardware issue. So check your watch. I think they were saying, force touch near the edge, and there's one batch, or I don't know what, how many are affected, but there are watches that are currently out that
I'm
may
sorry,
not be
because I hadn't
affected.
actually read that, so yes.
So if you're getting it's similar, I guess, to I don't know how similar, but to the green line down the side of the display on the OLED screens on the 10s that are coming up. It sounded similar, but this was a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in humidity, apparently. Not sure why that would be, but anyway.
Yeah. So it's passed around the iPhone time because everyone's sort of could be getting new iPhone 10s, have got an iPhone 10. Some people have got the iPhone 8, so they're passing their iPhone 6 or 7 down the family tree. And not everybody just wipes them and lets you start again.
Absolutely.
So
why not? They should.
That's right, yeah. So as some of us are lucky enough to get a new iPhone, it was asked of me, how do I change the name of the My Card in Contacts? And it's very simple. You just tap on the card, My Card, tap Edit on the top right and change the details as needed, and then tap under this Edit under the picture and select a picture of whatever you prefer. So that's the way you do it in iOS 11. Some of the previous ones you had to create a card for yourself and then select the card. So you'd create a contact card for yourself, and then you would select that in other versions of the iOS. But that's very simple, and it definitely works. Now another one.
All right, and that works for Siri as well, and that sort of stuff.
I believe so. Yeah, I haven't tried that far.
Okay.
So when you're saying, like, if it says who's your husband or who's your wife, or text me something, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So Siri needs to know who you are, and yeah.
Yep.
In the Siri settings, there's something about this is me.
Yep. Yeah, there is. Have to look at that. Yeah, I'll try and double check that some more. Now, because the black is so good on the iPhone 10, I've set my background to black. It's actually just a solid black that you can use. But yeah, there are other options in there if you're interested in different things. So you can go into settings, then wallpaper. Then there's choose a wallpaper. So you tap that, tap stills, and then you choose the solid black picture that you can see there. But there are other with different colours going through the black, etc. Or I actually thought about doing an orange one, but yeah, all of those little Apple I can't really snap, because I had the beach in the background, the one with the little waves and the sand. I had that as my wallpaper for ages, but yeah, now that everything's set to solid black, it makes everything stand out really clearly.
I always like this.
Sorry, missed that.
And with your OLED screen, that's a good option to go for as well.
Yeah.
Same with your OLED screen, that's a good option to go for as well.
Yes. So that's it for me. So if I can just thank our listeners, our sponsors, and our supporters, thank you very much. Thank you, Zahn, for doing that.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you,
once again.
Garth, for putting up with us.
My pleasure.
We're just losing your quality's gone down about 200% in the last 2 minutes. It must be the kids downloading that.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
It's the kids downloading the
Not
PlayStation
sure what's
app.
going on there then. Yes. Probably. They're downstairs on the Wi-Fi where they shouldn't be.
Yes. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. And away we go.